The Florida Highway Patrol is one of the few law enforcement agencies trained and authorized to perform high-speed petit maneuvers on highways. Therefore, attempting to flee from them is almost hopeless from the outset. On August 23, 2024, troopers in the Tampa area attempted to stop a stolen box truck. Instead of complying with the order, the driver suddenly accelerated and began driving in an extremely reckless manner, an act that triggered one of the most dangerous police chases ever recorded in the region.
Did he fail? Negative. Wrong way, Archer Road. Wrong way, Archer Road traffic. 100 block. Reserve canal, back in the right lane of travel. No acceleration point. It's a short box truck. Corey, where you at now? R393. 75 catch. We're eastbound. Or past Burger King eastbound.
When I'll call from ASO eastbound.
ASO unit 2300 Archer.
Northbound into the new Butler Plaza. Northbound 37 Boulevard.
He's really locked him in. That's a perfect opportunity in that plaza.
Hey, pulling into the Best Buy.
What made this pursuit particularly perilous was that the police's PIT maneuvers only caused the truck to briefly lose balance, but failed to bring it to a stop. This seemed to boost the suspect's confidence in his own reckless driving skills.
Hey, you good?
You can get around the alley. I'm going to second this red car.
Alright, we are at 35th Boulevard, still eastbound, wrong side of the road, coming up to 34th Street.
People, pit that truck.
Trying to get to it. Speed 60 mile an hour.
Signal 4 and wrong lane of traffic. Piccadilly, wrong lane of travel, passing Piccadilly. Alright, we're still continuing northbound, passing the Metro Diner. Stand by. Going to a dark corner. Attempted pit. We are going through the Metro Diner Plaza. You're on 34th. Keep wrong. Everybody hold the traffic for a second. Keep calling. We're through the parking lot. We're about to come out at 34th Street. Attempted pit again. Coming back out on the 34th Street. Going back southbound on 34th.
During the escape, the suspect repeatedly drove into parking lots in an attempt to hinder the pursuing officers. He even recklessly rammed head-on into 2 patrol vehicles and a civilian car. That string of dangerous actions soon came at a cost. As the vehicle began to slow down, police executed a decisive petit maneuver, causing the suspect to completely lose control. He immediately jumped out and attempted to flee on foot, but within seconds, officers from the Florida Highway Patrol, FHP, arrived and and the Alachua County Sheriff's Office, ACSO, subdued him, leaving no room for escape. The suspect was identified as 34-year-old Brandon J. Baker. He is currently being held at the Alachua County Jail on multiple serious charges and may face additional counts filed by the Tampa Police Department. Did you know that under Arkansas law, possessing drugs while simultaneously committing another offense can be classified as a Class D felony? On the afternoon of September 23, 2024, one suspect checked both of those boxes. It all started with a speeding violation, but quickly escalated into a dangerous high-speed chase. The incident occurred when an officer spotted a large SUV traveling near Interstate 40 in the state of Arkansas. The prolonged pursuit left officers increasingly frustrated. Multiple PIT maneuvers were carried out in quick succession, to the point that the front bumper of a patrol car came off. Yet the suspect only grew more brazen, convinced he could escape. He kept accelerating, driving recklessly at high speeds.
Careful, he's locking them up on us.
West Line 130 coming up Full Bridges.
West Lane 130 approaching Bridges.
In response, officers shifted tactics and deployed a spike strip. The tires blew out, but the suspect still managed to drive a short distance further. However, his speed dropped rapidly, and with it, so did his chances of escape.
Eastbound passing Walmart, possible dispatch.
And another vehicle involved. We get another vehicle, watch Chevy pickup right there with the flag.
Hit watch Chevy pickup, 10-4. Royal front car, 110.
full. He lost the tire, I believe.
10-4 at the middle school.
64B, yeah, just being so about 316, still primary, I'm still secondary.
10-4, 115, your secondary for the primary, 24B, eastbound.
Get up there! Go!
H4 then as well, I'm on through. Yeah, I'm on through.
84 behind you, 10-4.
6, is he on the rim? I think
He's on the rim. Every time I drop for a pin, there's a car coming. There's a tractor up here, be careful.
we're making a turn, he's correct that.
Copy right down.
See your hands! You better stop, motherfucker! You better stop! You better stop! Click the dog! Dog's coming after you, bud! Dog's coming after you, bud!
Moments later, the suspect's vehicle was completely disabled. The suspect immediately jumped out and fled the scene on foot. Police quickly secured the area and deployed additional units to assist in the manhunt. The search was carried out urgently, including sweeps of nearby residential areas and gathering information from witnesses. As of now, there has been no official confirmation regarding the suspect's capture. The Honda Civic is one of the most commonly modified vehicles in the United States. However, no car, no matter how enhanced, can outrun the law. On May 7, 2025, on Interstate 90 near Preston, a Washington State Patrol officer attempted to pull over a Civic for an improper lane change. However, the driver, 21-year-old Victor A. Hernandez Pediz, completely ignored the traffic stop. Instead, he hit the gas and fled. What began as a routine traffic stop quickly escalated into a high-speed chase on Interstate 90.
Eastbound 90, continue.
The male driver looks Hispanic, light skin, black hair, with a red and white jacket.
Should be behind male driver with a red and black jacket to the side.
There's two vehicles now. This is the Infiniti right in front of me trying to for this pursuit. We're about 100 miles an hour. The fleet vehicle's in lane 1.
I'm with them and I see the Infiniti as well.
A 90s Infiniti suddenly got involved. But it wasn't the suspect's car. Right after Victor fled, his brother jumped into the chaos. Instead of helping, he turned a bad situation into a disaster for them both.
Just behind Honda has a flat tire on the right ticket.
Exiting the High Point. Sorry, we're due from Highlands when I originally stopped him. He yelled out the window that he has a kid and he's losing control. We're on the off ramp. He's lost control, faced the wrong way.
Okay, man.
As officers focused on arresting the main suspect who had fled the traffic stop, his brother took the chance to escape. But things quickly got worse. Both men vanished. Fortunately, it didn't end there. Just minutes later, the brother was spotted turning west near a high point. As for Victor, the search stretched into the night. And eventually, police caught up with him again.
They come back westbound from High Point. I took over ticket from the correct lanes of traffic.
1260, we're starting to roll and slow down. Okay, there it is right there. Okay, easy, easy. It's spinning out. Now it's facing the right way, it's in the ditch. Go, go, go.
Yep, I think I got one WSB and you looks like Dallas lighting them up. They're stopping right here. About Elmwood Place. Just over the train tracks. Vehicle stop. The connector calling someone.
Starting with my vehicle stop. Committing a felony stop, please.
Got the driver door open. Looks like passenger door open as well. Hands are up.
Starting with my driver door open. Hands are up, please.
Which side gentlemen?
Which one?
They're taking the passenger in custody and they're full on to the gun.
Both brothers were taken into custody and are facing multiple serious charges, including evading law enforcement, obstructing an arrest, and reckless driving that endangered the public. On State Road 52 in Florida, it was a seemingly quiet afternoon on April 25th, 2024. But in an instant, everything was turned upside down. A white Nissan Altima suddenly sped past a patrol vehicle at an alarming speed. No radar was needed. It was clear to the naked eye the car was going well over 100 miles per hour. And that was the moment the chase began. Tense, dangerous, and leaving no room for error.
One black male driver that went out eastbound. Eastbound Ridge. He's not going to have anywhere to go. Alright, now to the city U-turn westbound on Ridge. Westbound on Ridge. Right, I don't know what time it is. You should have called with me on the northbound engine bridge with my lead
Police stayed on the suspect's tail for miles. Exhausted by the high-speed chase, Sergeant Howard executed a decisive pit maneuver. The car was stopped, but the suspect stayed defiant, trying to escape through the passenger door. Officers gave him no chance. The suspect resisted violently, even threatening to assault Sergeant Joseph Franklin and refusing to put his hands behind his back. After multiple warnings and physical intervention, officers successfully took him into custody. He now faces several charges, including possession of dangerous drugs, fleeing police, assaulting an officer, and driving with a suspended license. Oklahoma City, December 31st, 2024. As the city buzzed with excitement, preparing to ring in the new year, a high-stakes pursuit was quietly unfolding in the southern part of town. Kayla Cervantes, 35 years old, a wanted fugitive facing serious charges, had just been spotted by more police officers after weeks of covert surveillance and investigation.
1-3 westbound on Fairfield.
Okay, we're getting on.
The suspect continued to accelerate recklessly, driving in a dangerous and erratic manner, running red lights, swerving into oncoming lanes, and speeding through parking lots.
Southbound Walker.
Clear southbound Walker.
He's gonna come back northbound on Walker. Northbound.
Clear northbound Walker.
Through the Casey's gas station parking lot. Now Johnny is still in the parking lot. Out to the service road.
Clear eastbound.
There's going back. West on 240. Westbound passing in.
Realizing that the high-speed pursuit could not be allowed to continue any longer, more police decided to bring it to an end with a PIT maneuver near the I-240 and May intersection. The suspect's vehicle flipped, with the tire flying off the front axle before coming to a complete stop. At the scene, Cervantes was taken into custody without resistance or incident.
TBI crash, start medical. 240 in May, start medical.
Clear TBI 240 and May. Starting in
The suspect was transported to a nearby hospital for a medical evaluation before being taken to the Cleveland County Detention Center. Kayla Cervantes faces multiple outstanding warrants and is accused of planning to distribute illegal substances, including M30 fentanyl pills, methamphetamine, heroin, and various drug paraphernalia.
We're going to need a unit eastbound.
On October 24th, 2024, what seemed like a normal day on Highway 71 took a sudden turn when Arkansas State Police spotted a 4x4 truck swerving across the highway and attempted to pull it over. What unfolded next became one of the most dangerous life and death encounters we've ever witnessed.
Schwab, all yours. 61. Current just apartment complexes here in Greenland. I've got Greenland and CID. Back out to 71. North down.
We're going to run They run
Traffic's medium line, northbound 71.
PBI, roll over 216. Hey.
The chase quickly spiraled out of control. With no time left to wait, officers executed a decisive pit maneuver, flipping the 4x4 onto its roof, with a wheel torn from its axle. The vehicle was completely immobilized, and the suspect was fully subdued.
Show me your hands! Show me your hands! Hands! Show me your fucking hands! Now! On the ground! On it! On it! Get out! On the ground! Get the fuck out of the window! Hey, go grab him real quick. Go put handcuffs on him. Who else is in the car besides you two?
We can't want this. What is happening? What is happening, sir? I didn't want you to do that.
Get off.
I can't.
Get off of
Can
it.
I, sir?
Now get out on it.
Didn't do this,
On
sir.
the ground.
Yes, sir. I didn't do anything.
As soon as the vehicle came to a complete stop on the roadside, Arkansas State Police swiftly moved in and took both occupants of the overturned truck into custody. Fortunately, both individuals survived without any injuries. But one thing is certain, they learned a costly lesson. Never go up against the Arkansas State Police.
Yeah, girl.
Oh, God, sir.
Florida is one of the few states where officers are trained and authorized to perform high-speed PIT maneuvers. So, trying to flee from them is a losing game from the very start. On March 6, 2024, the Florida Highway Patrol attempted to pull over a maroon convertible for speeding. But instead of stopping, the driver hit the gas, kicking off a dangerous high-speed pursuit.
Moderate traffic, passing the 121, I-4
1328, can you provide an update of 1020 and what are the traffic conditions?
Moderate traffic, I-4 westbound 121, light traffic.
10-4. Stanford 2762 for you on the 1031.
Good ones. Passing the 119, light traffic. As soon as I get a chance, I want to pull it. I just gotta get to it.
Hi, copy.
276, what's its speed?
The last speed I got was 120 miles per hour, 1328.
I'll only be able to do it when you slow down.
The driver weaved recklessly between lanes as if the road belonged to him alone. Bold, defiant, and completely disregarding every rule. It was as if the suspect believed he could control the entire flow of high-speed traffic with sheer will.
111, 95 miles per hour, center lane.
Copy, 111, 95 miles per hour, center lane.
The Bravo Mike driver.
Over. That's a form, we professional that.
The chase had gone on for far too long. The officers had had enough. The moment the suspect even slightly eased off the gas, just for a split second, the officer struck. A perfectly timed, decisive pit maneuver. Police moved in immediately. The suspect was subdued on the spot with no time to resist. He was identified as deaf and was quickly transported to the Orange County Jail. The charges began stacking up: drug use, driving without a license, and several other offenses still awaiting him. Georgia, one of the 10 states with the highest fugitive rates in the U.S., a place where many criminals still believe that if they run long enough, they might get away. But not today. July 24th, 2022. TFC Jay Bullock spotted a gray Dodge Charger with a covered license plate and a tag that didn't match, registered to a Toyota. When he signaled the driver to pull over, the vehicle didn't stop. Instead, the suspect hit the gas and took off, kicking off a reckless, no-holds-barred pursuit.
Check and see if anybody was kept with stolen wallets in the burglary. Going in the house. I took it license out, put it back on the shelf next to the TV.
University of Prior. Start this way. I'm in the Chevron parking lot.
The Dodge Charger then pulled into a gas station. TFC Bullock immediately requested backup. Officers began moving in on his location, but within seconds, the suspect took off again in another reckless burst of speed.
1080.
Atlanta, if you can hear me, I believe I've got them at 48, so I'll just cross over to Daniel Street. And then take me to move the light there.
I got it going west on 48.
That's at the left leg. So Johnny took a right on the left leg, so he's southbound on West Lake.
He slammed the accelerator like a professional racer. No brakes, no hesitation. Any car in his way? He rammed right through. He thought he was invincible. But just minutes later, reality would hit hard, because that arrogant confidence would be the very thing that brought him down.
Southbound on West Lake. Yep. Just crossed over to the southbound on West Lake. At 1050, did he hit that car?
Yeah, 10-4. He's got a push on. Alright.
896 and with y'all. Alright, he's on the window. Front right tire still. 1050, West Lake. I got him.
After several minutes of a high-stakes chase, he still managed to weave between two other vehicles. But luck doesn't last forever. He lost control of the wheel, veered off into a ditch, and slammed straight into a utility pole. Moments later, he abandoned the car and attempted to flee on foot. However, officers quickly deployed a taser and subdued him on the spot. He was taken into custody and transported directly to the Fulton County Detention Center. February 2nd, 2025. The Hapeville Police Department in Georgia received an alert from law enforcement networks. A stolen U-Haul truck was heading into the city. Just minutes later, officers Odom and Smith located the vehicle and the suspect. And of course, he surrendered immediately. If you're naive enough to believe that, I've got a bridge to sell you. In reality, the driver was heavily under the influence, and he had only one thing on his mind: run.
Right here, we're taking the exit 14 all the way. Taking all National Highway exit. Stand by, making a right. Good northbound, all National. Back. You got going. Shot down and then exit. Radio, we're either going to get on. Radio, he's going into oncoming traffic. 41, up the alley. Radio, he's going into oncoming traffic. 41, up the alley. Get your hands up! Get your motherfucking hands up! Do not fucking move!
After just a few minutes of pursuit, police executed a bold pit maneuver, but it failed. The vehicle kept speeding forward out of control, then veered off the shoulder, spinning like a stray bullet. Officers closed in immediately. No wrestling, no struggle. The driver, exhausted and motionless. He had overdosed so heavily he didn't have a shred of strength left to resist. The game was over, and he wasn't even lucid enough to realize he'd lost. No driver outruns the law, especially when he can't even control himself.